Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything. And slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen to this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English as exploring our world. Do you remember Nelson Mandela? Many people are certain he died in prison in the 1980s, recalling news reports in global mourning. But what if that memory is completely wrong? This isn't just a simple mix-up. Millions share this vivid, incorrect memory, a phenomenon called the Mandela effect. In reality, Mandela was released in 1990 and died in 2013. So why do so many remember it differently? Psychologists say our memories are reconstructed, not recorded, and can be influenced by suggestion and confusion with similar events. But some find this explanation unsatisfying. A more radical theory suggests these memories are echoes from alternate timelines, a multiverse where different histories play out. In one, Mandela died in prison. In another, he lived a long life. The Mandela effect, then, could be evidence that our consciousness has shifted between realities, carrying memories from worlds that no longer exist for us. Is it a flaw in memory, or a crack in reality itself? The Mandela effect is when large groups share the same false memory, vivid, specific, and deeply felt. The term was coined by Fiona Broome, who discovered at a 2009 convention that many remembered Mandela dying in prison. She documented these cases online, and soon, people shared more examples of the Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain, and others. What's striking is the scale. Millions misremembering the same details. This isn't just about typos. It's a fundamental clash between memory and evidence. Are these just widespread memory errors amplified by the internet, or something deeper? The Mandela effect forces us to question the reliability of memory and the nature of shared experience. It's a cultural and psychological puzzle that blurs the line between fact and perception. Is our reality as solid as we think? The Mandela effect began with Fiona Broome's realization that her memory of Mandela's death was widely shared. Her website became a hub for people reporting similar glitches, from movie quotes to brand names. The internet amplified these stories, turning isolated confusion into a global phenomenon. Suddenly, people had a name for that unsettling feeling that something in their world had changed. Was it Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes? Mirror, or magic mirror? The emotional certainty of these memories is what makes the Mandela effect so powerful. It's not just forgetfulness, it's the conviction that your memory is true, even when all evidence says otherwise. For many, it's a deeply personal and disorienting experience. Let's test your memory with some classic Mandela effect cases from pop culture. In The Empire Strikes Back, many recall Darth Vader saying, "Luke, I am your father." But the actual line is, "No, I am your father." In Disney's Snow White, the evil queen never says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." It's magic mirror on the wall. The beloved cartoon series, it's always been Looney Tunes, not Looney Tunes, not Looney Tunes. And Pikachu? Many remember a black tip on its tail, but it's always been solid yellow. These aren't minor details. Millions remember them the wrong way. The effect is so strong that fan art and merchandise reflect these false memories. Each example is a jarring contradiction between what we remember and what's real. Why do so many share the same errors? Is it just the brain's tendency to fill in gaps, or is something stranger at play? The Mandela effect leaves us questioning the very fabric of our recollections. The Mandela effect isn't limited to movies. It shows up in brands, geography, and even anatomy. The Monopoly Man. Many swear he wears a monocle, but he never has. Cheez-Its. The snack has always been Cheez-It, no Z. Geography, people recall South America directly south of North America, but it's actually far to the east. Kidneys? Taught to be in the lower back, but they're higher, under the ribs. There's even a persistent memory of a 90s movie called Shazam starring Sinbad, yet it never existed. These shared false memories are vivid and widespread. Are they just tricks of the mind or hints at something deeper? Each case challenges our confidence in what we know. The Mandela effect reminds us reality might be more fragile than we think. Before we leap to alternate realities, let's consider the scientific explanation. Memory isn't a perfect recording. It's a reconstruction, pieced together each time we recall it. Our brains fill in gaps with logic, expectation, and suggestion. That's why the Monopoly Man should have a monocle, or why Looney Tunes seems right for cartoons. Over time, these logical details become embedded as memories, even if they're false. Every time we remember, we subtly change the memory. Childhood events, brand names, even world maps, our recollections evolve. The Mandela effect may not be a glitch in reality, but a feature of our minds. The real mystery isn't out there. It's inside our own heads. Our memories shape our reality, but they're far from infallible. Maybe the strangest truth is just how unreliable our sense of certainty can be. Our memories are shaped by suggestion and confabulation. Sometimes we remember things that never happened, just because others say so. Like the famous Luke, "I am your father" misquote, repeated so often it replaces the real line in our minds. It's not a glitch in reality, but proof of how our brains fill in gaps, creating shared memories that feel real. Let's leave psychology behind and enter the mind-bending world of theoretical physics. The parallel universe theory suggests reality is a branching tree of possibilities, where every outcome happens in a different universe. The Mandela effect might be evidence that our consciousness slides between these parallel realities, leaving us with memories from other timelines. If timeline jumping is real, why are the changes so small? Maybe we shift between nearly identical universes, adjacent realities where only minor details differ. The Mandela effect could be quantum residue, fragments of memories from a different past lingering as we move between timelines. Our memories might be clues to the worlds we've left behind. If we entertain the electrifying idea that we are indeed shifting between parallel universes, the immediate question becomes, what could possibly cause such a monumental event? The theories are as varied as they are dramatic, ranging from colossal scientific experiments to the very nature of the universe itself. One of the most popular and persistent theories points a finger directly at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, and its Large Hadron Collider. This colossal machine, buried deep beneath the Franco-Swiss border, smashes particles together at near the speed of light to probe the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Could it be doing more than that? Proponents of this theory suggest that in its quest to uncover the secrets of the cosmos, the LHC might be inadvertently tampering with the fabric of space-time itself. The immense energy concentrations created during collisions, they argue, could be powerful enough to momentarily tear a hole in the veil that separates our reality from adjacent ones. These tiny, fleeting portals could be causing timelines to merge, bleed into one another, or cause our collective consciousness to be shunted from one reality to another. The fact that many people feel the Mandela effect became more pronounced after the LHC was first activated in 2008 only adds fuel to this speculative fire. Another fascinating and technologically grounded theory revolves around the dawn of quantum computing. These revolutionary machines don't operate on simple ones and zeros like classical computers. Instead, they harness the bizarre principles of quantum mechanics like superposition and entanglement to perform calculations on a scale previously unimaginable. Some theorists propose that as these computers become more powerful, they could begin to interact with reality on a quantum level. By manipulating the very substrate of existence, they might be capable of breaking, rewriting, or debugging our reality, causing subtle changes that ripple outwards and manifest as the Mandela effect. These ideas, while sounding like science fiction, tap into a deep-seated anxiety about humanity's technological reach. Are we playing with forces we do not fully understand? The possibility that our own creations could be the cause of these reality shifts is a sobering thought. It reframes the Mandela effect not as a random cosmic occurrence, but as an unforeseen side effect of our relentless pursuit of knowledge and power. Whether it's a particle accelerator opening a gateway or a quantum computer recoding the universe, these theories suggest that the trigger for these shifts might not be some distant abstract event, but something happening right here on Earth. Some theories suggest reality itself is a simulation, and glitches, like the Mandela effect, are just software bugs or patches, subtly changing our world. It's like a glitch in the matrix where reality seems briefly show. Others believe it's our consciousness shifting, tuning into a new version of reality. Either way, our reality may be more fragile and changeable than we think. While the idea of jumping between realities sounds like pure science fiction, it actually finds a surprising, albeit speculative, foothold in the strange world of quantum physics. This is the science of the very, very small, a realm where the familiar rules of classical physics just break down completely. One of the core principles of quantum mechanics is superposition. This concept states that a particle, like an electron, doesn't exist in a single state or location until it is measured. Instead, it exists in a cloud of all possible states simultaneously. It is both here and there, spinning left and spinning right, all at the same time, a haze of pure potential. This principle is famously illustrated by the thought experiment known as Schrödinger's cat. In this scenario, a cat is placed in a box with a radioactive atom that has a 50-50 chance of decaying and releasing a poison. Until you open the box and observe the system, the cat is considered to be in a superposition of states. It is both alive and dead at the same time. The act of observation is what collapses the wave function, forcing one of the two possibilities to become our reality. While this is just a thought experiment, it highlights a fundamental weirdness about the nature of existence at the quantum level. So, how does this connect to the Mandela effect? Some theorists propose that if multiple outcomes can exist at a quantum level, maybe they can exist on a macro level as well. This is the foundation of the many worlds interpretation, which we touched on earlier. It suggests that instead of one outcome being chosen, the universe splits, and every single possible outcome happens in its own separate, parallel universe. There isn't just one timeline. There is an infinite branching tree of timelines, each one representing a different possibility that was realized. Our reality is just one of these countless branches. From this perspective, the Mandela effect could be seen as a kind of quantum echo. If you were once on a timeline where the Berenstain Bears outcome was realized, and you've since shifted to the Berenstain Bears timeline, your memory isn't faulty. It's a leftover trace, a residual piece of information from another valid outcome that existed in a parallel reality. It's not that your brain is making a mistake. It's that your consciousness is holding onto the data from a different, equally real version of history. The science doesn't prove it, but it certainly doesn't rule out the possibility of a much stranger reality. Another mind-bending concept from quantum physics that adds a whole new layer of intrigue to the Mandela effect is the observer effect. This is the principle that the very act of observing a phenomenon inevitably changes that phenomenon. At the quantum level, you can't measure a particle's properties without interacting with it, and that interaction actually changes its state. This idea has led to more philosophical interpretations, suggesting that consciousness itself plays a fundamental role in shaping reality. The universe, in this view, isn't a pre-written story we are simply watching. It's a dynamic script that we are co-writing with every observation we make. This theory implies that reality is not a fixed, objective thing that exists independently of us. Instead, it is a participatory universe where consciousness is the key ingredient that turns possibility into actuality. The world might exist as a sea of undefined quantum potential until a conscious observer looks at it, at which point it solidifies into the reality we experience. This actually elevates the role of the observer from a passive bystander to an active creator. It suggests that our collective focus and belief systems might have a tangible, though subtle, effect on the world around us. A truly staggering thought. How could this relate to shared false memories? If collective consciousness can influence reality, perhaps a widespread, culturally embedded belief can actually manifest changes. For instance, if millions of people strongly believe and culturally reinforce the idea that the Monopoly man wears a monocle, could that collective conscious energy create a reality where he does? Could a shift occur when that collective belief wavers or is overwritten by a new consensus? This is highly speculative, but it really frames the Mandela effect as a battle of consensus realities, where the most dominant belief system shapes the world we all share. This would mean our memories aren't just recollections of the past. They are active ingredients in the present. The Mandela effect, in this light, could be the evidence of these reality-shaping fluctuations. The moments of confusion and dissonance we feel would be the growing pains of a reality that is constantly being negotiated and defined by the 7 billion conscious observers living within it. It's a radical departure from conventional science, but it offers a tantalizing framework where the crazy of the Mandela effect finds a home in the deepest and most profound mysteries of quantum physics and consciousness. The Mandela effect reveals a strange truth. We can be absolutely certain about memories that never happened. Psychological studies show how easily false memories can be implanted, making us recall vivid details of events that never occurred. When thousands remember the same false detail, it feels impossible, yet our minds are easily shaped by suggestion and culture. Why do so many people share the same false memories, like the Monopoly man's monocle or Berenstain Bears? The patterns seem too precise to be random. Our brains are wired to seek patterns, sometimes seeing connections where none exist. The internet amplifies this, connecting thousands who remember things the same way. When millions share a memory, it feels like more than coincidence, almost like reality itself is conspiring. Imagine if the parallel universe theory is true. Reality as we know it would shatter. No single objective world, but countless timelines. History and truth would become fluid, personal experiences. We might not even live on the original Earth, but a copy, drifting from our home timeline. In this world of infinite possibility, certainty dissolves, forcing us to rethink what it means to be alive. What if every choice you make creates a new universe, with another you living out a different path? The many worlds interpretation suggests there are infinite versions of you, each experiencing a unique life. The Mandela effect could be echoes from these other lives, hinting at a vast multiverse of selves. In this infinite universe, your identity is the greatest mystery of all. The Mandela effect challenges our sense of reality. Are our memories flawed, or are we glimpsing echoes from other timelines? Whether it's a trick of the mind or a cosmic glitch, it reminds us, question everything and stay curious.